Content is the building blocks of YouTube and social media. Content is the driving force of the internet. Without content, your timeline would be empty and barren. Content is what makes a channel interesting or cringe-inducing. It doesn't matter. Content is the driving force of a channel. But what makes content original? I've been on YouTube for the past 6 months, and let me tell you something, brother, it's not easy. Considering what mostly I do is all about review, and that in itself is so hard to do since you need to keep your audience interested. At dito pumapasok yung fair use at plagiarism. Totoo lang, sobrang hirap sabihin kung kailan ka nangungopya at kailan ka nagfe-fair use. And YouTube is somewhat vague dito sa area na to. So let me tell you, ladies and gentle kamatis, the tale of two stories. It was the best of time, it was the worst of time. Some people are getting copy strike for fair use, and some people are essentially getting away with academic murder. Some people don't have disclaimers, but your Kuya Nico has one right now. This is not about Miko alone. Itong gawang ito is about fair use and plagiarism and the real world application of them. My channel is the best example of how far companies like GMA and ABS-CBN can control how much fair use you can use. And Miko's channel is all about how much control a talented content creator can do with another man's work. I am also under the impression that you, ikaw na nanonood sa akin, ay alam na ang story anong nangyari kay Miko. If not, hit pause, pumunta ka sa Facebook or i-Google mo or i-YouTube mo and basahin mo muna yung mga nangyari para parehas tayo ng alam tungkol dito. So let's begin. Just 3 months ago, a YouTuber gave me a copy strike, and when you get 4, it's goodbye YouTube channel. Oo, ganun ka-worse itong channel na to when it comes to copy strike. But on the flip side, meron akong somewhat special relation with GMA when it comes to copy strike. Iniisip ko minsan parang babae sila eh. Minsan gusto, minsan hindi. But then again, what am I doing? What laws am I potentially violating? Am I plagiarizing someone or am I just not allowed to use their work? Ang tanong talaga dito, when am I plagiarizing a work and when am I doing fair use? Right now, all I can say is the system is just too vague when it comes to content that you can use and what you cannot use. So, to begin this discussion, please step inside my classroom. Disclaimer 2.0. Copyright, plagiarism, fair use are very complex subject to tackle with. I am not a lawyer to give you legal definitions of what these terms are. What I can provide you in this video is general ideas of what is happening to me when I use copyrighted materials at syempre, basic ideas of how copyright, copy strike, fair use, plagiarism work. First thing that you have to learn is your work. Your work is your content. Anything you post is yours, kahit maganda man o pangit yan. Pero ibang usapan kung legal rights of your content ang topic. Ang copyright is the protection that you have for your content not to be copied by others. Analogy time. Think of copyright as a fence around your work. Kung gaano ka strong yung fence mo, depends on how strong the content creator is. It depends on who, what, where, and when the content is published. Who publishes the content? Like GMA or ABS-CBN, they have all the legal tools and money to take what's rightfully theirs. What they publish as content. Usually, kapag nag-publish sila ng TV show, it's always original work. Like example, itong Victor Magtanggol. Yes, maraming similarities with Thor, but the thing is, Norse mythology is free content. Anyone can use it. So with that, Victor Magtanggol, whether we like it or not, is a GMA original, where they publish the content. It also matters where the work is published. Like example, if you re-upload an episode of Victor Magtanggol sa YouTube or Facebook, automatically matatanggal agad yan. When they publish the content. Copyright only protects the content for only 100 years after the death of the owner. That's why Norse mythology is free content. At yung fence ng GMA is super strong. Let me tell you, my dear kamatis, I know firsthand kung gaano sila kalakas dito sa YouTube. And it's almost as if they have control over you. The act of copying and reproducing, distributing without the consent of the owner is called copyright infringement or piracy. ABS-CBN and GMA7, the biggest networks, have the strongest fence in the game. They publish their work on all medias, the TV, radio, and internet. They have all available copyright protection money can buy. Hence, the fence is stronger and bigger. The name Victor Magtanggol can only be exclusively used by GMA, and they can do whatever they please with the name. Yung probinsyano, the movie, the story, the characters are owned by ABS-CBN. So, they have exclusive rights to use it. Now, for small creators such as myself and Miko, the copyright law is a lot different. Or should I say, the fence is a lot weaker. Especially when the work is published online. This happened to me in the most recent time. May 3 part itong Jessica Soho, Queen of All Media ko. For some reason, I cannot upload the 3rd part. As in, bago mag-upload yung pangatlo, nag-instant block agad. I tried re-uploading it numerous times until I gave up. Ayaw talaga. So I just clipped one of the memes and I did for the episode and just posted it on Facebook. Based from this experience, all I can say is, depending on which website you publish your work, the strength of the copyright protection depends. So, isa-isahin natin. Sa YouTube, maganda ang copyright protection nila. Kung baga, mas matibay yung fence na ino-offer nila sa'yo. And if you are a bigger content creator like ABS and GMA7, they offer you a ton of protection. This is how ridiculously strong their detection system is. May 3 part yan eh. Video detection, audio detection, and manual detection. Case in point, yung gawa ko kay Madam Jessica Soho, it got taken down multiple times already, instantly. And some of my works are manually detected, and if they don't like it, they would remove it. Ganon yung nangyayari sa akin every day. On the flip side, kapag ako naman yung nagko-call for copyright protection dahil recently, dumami yung nagre-re-upload ng mga gawa ko, it takes YouTube several days to take it down. But then again, YouTube copy strike protection is the best system we got right now. It is far from being perfect. My resolution is I would like to help the system by talking to a good supervisor here on YouTube. Ang ginawa ko, kinontak ko sila na, oy, bakit ang daming nagre-re-upload ng gawa ko? Can you please help me out? And so they did. Eto, ang daming natanggal na video because someone from YouTube helped me out. Facebook is notoriously bad at protecting the copyright of content creator. It will take them several days or even weeks to take down a video, and by the time na umabot sa'yo, wala na, ang hirap ng mag-dispute. It happened to me again. May gawa ako sa Facebook. My Facebook page got blocked for 3 days because the video got reported. Tapos boom, may nagre-upload. Yung nagre-upload, ang sabi lang CTTO. Dude, okay sana kung sinabi mo yung pangalan ko. I am not CTTO. Si Tito Nico David ako, boset ka. Just do not re-upload without permission. Sobrang nakakabastos yan sa part namin na gumagawa ng content. And this is a growing epidemic sa Facebook. Yung mga re-uploader ng videos, just look at Filipino Vines. Ang pinaka-common criticism nun sa Filipino Vines noon ay nagre-re-upload sila ng gawa ng ibang user without their knowledge. Ang masakit pa doon, yung ibang user gets only the CTTO credit or minsan wala nga eh. Well, I think the problem lies on how big Facebook is. They are so massive right now that they cannot police themselves properly. Kaya yung mga ibang videos hindi na lang nare-report. Right now, there are more problems than solution on how we will resolve the re-upload problem on Facebook. One solution is just to ban Facebook in the Philippines. Pero, wag naman sana. Dahil for all the things bad na ginagawa ng people on Facebook, marami ding natutulong na maganda ang FB. But I hope and pray to the good and powerful Mark Zuckerberg na he will find a solution for this growing epidemic. At syempre, pag-usapan na rin natin yung mga typical re-upload video sharing page. Yung almost non-existent ang copyright protection nila. Or in our analogy, walang fence. Like yung mga bootleg episodes of certain TV shows. O kaya yung mga streaming website kung saan mo mapapanood yung favorite anime episode mo. They don't have permission sa owner. So this is clearly copyright infringement or piracy. Ang problema dito, the owner of the copyrighted material have to sue them, and it will take time and money to take down 1 or 2 videos that was infringed from them. Yes, in reality, we have a good number of ways to protect our work or our content online or offline, but in practice, it is hard and sometimes totally impossible to protect your work. And this is where plagiarism and fair use comes into play. Let's start with the fair use doctrine. According to Wikipedia, ito yung kanyang definition. The most important part na kailangan mong matutunan sa fair use ay ang salitang transformative at limited use. Ang transformative kasi, it has it all. Nandito yung commentary, satire, critic, parody at iba pa. Let's go back to the fence analogy. Sa loob ng fence ng GMA, marami silang mga content. Andyan si Onanay, andyan si Victor. Kahit yung mga reports ni Madam Jessica Soho, fair use is like a gate pass sa loob ng GMA fence. You can use the card to go inside the fence at pwede kang humiram ng idea sa kanila. Basta, itatransform mo ito into something na hindi ka parehas nung sa kanila. Case in point, naalala nyo yung hashtag CGI Regla? Pinayagan ito ng GMA ma-publish. Pero, it's super weird and super complex dahil si Onanay at si Kalimang Utos, same style with Victor Magtanggol, bawal. Bakit bawal? Dito pumapasok yung limited use, part of fair use. Ang problema nga lang, hindi well-defined kung ano ang limit sa pwede mong i-transform sa gawa. Meron akong gawa rito, 20 minutes of Victor Magtanggol. Ang haba, okay lang. Pero pagdating kay Onanay, bakit biglang bawal agad? Meron silang standards. Ang standards nila, hindi nila sasabihin sa'yo. They don't need to explain themselves. Basta pag sinabi nilang bawal, it's bawal. Ang best explanation na maibibigay ko sa inyo ngayon ay ganito. They decide whether you can borrow their work or hindi pwede. It's all up to them. All is fair in fair use and war. So, end of the day, they decide kung sino yung papapasukin nila sa fence or kung sino yung hindi. You may have a gate pass, pero the gate pass is of limited use sa materials nila. So, if you think about it, is it really fair use? It's more of a borrowed use. You can borrow, but if they take it away from you, medyo wala kang magagawa. You can take it to court, pero you will waste your money and your time for nothing, for a simple YouTube video. It's not worth it. And it gets worse when people abuse the copyright system of YouTube. In music, happening today, there are people called patent trolls where they take someone else's work. Music content creators are losing thousands of dollars because some idiot thought it would be a good idea to infringe someone else's music and get all the revenue. Now, if you want to know more about these patent trolls, please watch Silicon Valley Season 4 Episode 7. Fair use is a way so that everyone benefits from an original work. Everyone can publish an opinion or a satire of what they think of a piece of literature as long as both parties have integrity towards each other. GMA 7 understand the importance of people who satire their work as a feedback system on how they can improve their next story. Gayunpaman, sa lahat ng kinaganda nitong fair use na to, hindi ito perpektong sistema. Example, H3H3 and the Bald Guy had to go to court for a year and spend thousands of dollars to argue their case of fair use or copyright infringement. In the end, H3 and YouTube became more lenient because of this win. Kaya idol ko si Ethan eh. He is one of my influence dito sa YouTube. We both use crude language, sarcasm, and we are both thick boys. Pero, having said that, did I plagiarize H3? Hanggang saan yung pwede kong kopyahin sa kanya? And let me tell you guys, there is a fine line between what I can be inspired of and what I can pass as my own work. Bago tayo magsimula dito sa next part ng video, let me thank Ethan Klein for all the inspiration he gave me. Sir Ethan, salamat. Sir Ethan, thank you so much. I am a big fan of your work and I will continue to support you through thick and thin. Much love, appreciate you. Papa bless. Pero as a sign of respect sa kanya, I don't copy his Vape Nation skit. I don't copy his goofs and gaffes. And when I talk about him, I always mentioned him. Katulad nito when I quoted him sa interview with Joey Salad. In most recent times, a YouTube content creator by the name of Nico&Miko, sorry if I got that wrong, got into a lot of trouble for apparently plagiarizing the work of Andre Hems. Sorry again if I got that name wrong. But did he plagiarize or did he commit a copyright infringement? What's the difference? This is the definition of plagiarism. Now, let's go back to the fence analogy. Plagiarism is when you copy what's inside the fence but you change some of the part and pass that as your own original work. Kunwari, itong si Victor Magtanggol, lalagyan ko ng bigote, tapos sasabihin ko, gawa ko, tapos ilalagay ko siya sa karakter ng storya ko. That is plagiarism. You have to understand that plagiarism is not a crime. But when you go to court, you can use plagiarism as an evidence for a copyright infringement case. Plagiarism, however, is a serious ethical offense. O ibig sabihin lang, hindi ka pwedeng makulong pero kupal ka naman. So kung makakatulog ka tuwing gabi dahil kupal ka, good luck na lang sa'yo. So, paano mo malalaman na yung pinlagiarize sa'yo ay meron kang kaso for copyright infringement? Well, let's look at a movie plagiarism case. This is one of the famous plagiarism case in the world. This is a settlement case of James Cameron versus Harlan Ellison. James Cameron, the man behind Avatar and Titanic, was sued by Ellison for plagiarizing his work. An episode of The Outer Limits called Soldier. For those of you wondering, yung Outer Limit in today's times would be Black Mirror if you know that show. And in the 90s, it would be close to X-Files. They did not go to court. Ang ibig lang sabihin nun, walang hearing, walang lawyer, walang evidence, yung mga ganun. James Cameron settled for, according to Gizmodo, $65,000, which is a lot of money even in today's time. Kapag tinignan mo visually yung itsura ng Terminator at Soldier, it looks very, very different. But look closely and take a second look at tignan mo yung details of both films. Makikita mo kung bakit nagsettle si Mr. Cameron kay Mr. Ellison. Here is why. The story is about a soldier from the future sent to save a girl from an enemy soldier who came also from the future. So, which movie or TV show am I describing? Am I describing the Terminator or am I describing an episode of The Outer Limits called Soldier? The answer is, this is the description for both. At totoo, those details would hold up in court. So, instead of going through the rigorous process of getting lawyers, attending hearing, James Cameron and his company thought of settlement as the best case scenario. Iwas hassle. Literal dahil may point naman si Ellison. And $65,000 is just a paltry sum of amount considering the box office worth of Terminator of $78.3 million. And to top that off, they acknowledged the work of Mr. Ellison in the home video release of Terminator. There is also one thing you should consider kung gusto mong magdemanda. Sulit ba? Pera at oras ang kailangan mong gugulin para dito. Totoo lang, this is why most cases of plagiarism are just ignored. Maraming gaya-gaya dyan, pero yung may-ari ba ng original work ay willing mag-spend ng oras para magdemanda. At hindi lang yung pera at yung oras you should also consider the ethical implication of taking legal actions. eto na lang. Back in 2016, the Fine brothers of the React world tried to trademark the word react and the format of reacting to a video. Meaning, every time someone makes a reaction video or use the word react, they can sue them. It had enormous backlash from the YouTube community that they had to back up because of that. Reacting to a video should not be owned or trademarked by one person or one company. Reacting is part of being human. You must be a special kind of person for even considering to trademark the word react and the format for reacting video. So, with all that said, what about Miko's alleged plagiarism case? In order to see what's going on dito sa mga video na to, we have to look each video and analyze it case by case. So, there are 3 questions that you have to ask. Number 1, is it fair use? Number 2, is it copyright infringement? Number 3, is it actually plagiarism? One of the things that you should consider for a copyright infringement case is that meron bang copyright ang isang bagay to begin with. Let's go back to Victor Magtanggol example. Obviously, GMA7 has the exclusive rights to use Victor Magtanggol whenever they please. Victor Magtanggol, the image, the likeness, everything about him are owned by GMA. You have to go through them. There's no way around it. But is it the same for Andreas Hem's vlogging style? This is where we have to go back to our previous example of the Fine brothers. As we mentioned earlier, the Fine brothers tried to trademark the word react. Hems has a certain vlogging style. It's super cool, it's super fast, basta astig. Let's call it Hems vlog. Now, Hems vlog is a style. Meron din si Casey Neistat of vlogging style. Dude, kahit si PewDiePie merong vlogging style eh. But none of these are copyrighted material because styles and formats are not copyrighted. Just look at the Fine brothers. They tried to trademark a format and a word and it got tremendous hit. Maraming nagalit because it's super unethical to do that. And it is especially true for vlogs. Now, remember how YouTube gives you a fence but not as much if you are a small content creator. This is where the system of YouTube has its limitation. You and I, brother, we know that this scene is a recreation. But the thing is, according to the YouTube system, nothing is wrong with this. It is totally different. It's in fact original. Now, the question is this plagiarism or fair use? Well, to be honest, it's fair use. Yeah, it's not plagiarism, it's fair use. Because in order for this to qualify as plagiarism, you have to look at how much of the alleged copied material affects the whole, yung kabuuan. And since vlogging style is not copyrighted, apart from the camera shot and motif or yung pattern of how the scenes were shot, the scene does not affect the totality of the vlog. It's not even the same as the Hems vlog. It's not even close because the topic of the vlog, even the elements of the content of the actual shot were totally different. Iba yung topic ni Miko. He was talking about passion in schoolworks. Iba rin yung pinagamitan ng overall na eksena. So how can you say na it's totally plagiarism? No, it's transformative. So therefore, it's fair use. How about the second one? So let's consider all the element that was copied. Number 1, a guy being struck by lightning. Number 2, a voiceover is speaking on the phone. Sure, but how does it relate to the whole video? Again, we have to look at the totality of the video to consider what is plagiarism or not. The topic is totally different. Miko is talking about photos. Andre is talking about his first vlog. And even how it was shot, it's totally different. Yung kay Andre parang old school VHS. Kay Miko naman, it's just him being struck by lightning and tinamaan ng kidlat. In relation to all the elements of the video, this is again actually fair use. He used the scene but overall the video is transformed into a new video. Isa pang kailangan mong malaman when you use the fair use doctrine is that you really don't need to ask permission from the owner. Ang pinaka-protection lang na ma-offer ng YouTube sa kanya is when someone re-uploads his video. And that's the sad truth. Now, titigil na ako mag-analyze dito kasi it's so obvious that I can argue a fair use case against your plagiarism case when we look at the two bodies of work as a whole. Ang masakit pa dito, to my knowledge, wala pang case ng copyright infringement between two vloggers. As in yung parang case ni Miko at ni Andreas. So, the closest siguro na makukonsider natin ay yung kay Bold Guy at kay H3H, and they are not vloggers. This is where I wanna draw the line, and instead of using my brain, I will use my heart. It is obvious what you did, Miko, and trust me man, sometimes a fucking apology is not enough. People will say shit sa'yo from all sides and everything will be put out of context. Pero, end of the day, you are still a great video editor. There is no denying that. Kaya lang, people will talk. You cannot stop that. It is hard to look into all valid criticism and insults. Sometimes, nagmi-mix na sila. Pero bro, if I may suggest something sa'yo, just edit your videos. End of the day, Miko, yung gawa mo ay original work. Kaya lang, it's being sullied by the Hems vlog. Sobrang liit lang nung part ng vlogs mo yung gawa niya. Oo, ginaya mo, pero yung kabuuan, it's all you. Some of these people will only look at your mistakes. Let them. Not the overall body of your work. Silent the haters. Answer the critics. Just let the content of the vlog remain because that's you. Just edit out the Hems part. That's not you. And turn this into something you're passionate about. Thank you for listening. Happy New Year.